You know that feeling, right? You've just finished a great meal, and then it starts. That little unwelcome warmth creeping up your chest. That fiery sensation we call heartburn. Well, it's more than just a pain. It's a signal from your body. And today, we're going to learn how to listen to it, and more importantly, how to talk back.
Yeah, let's just dive right in. We're talking about that feeling, that burn, maybe a little bit of a sour taste, the thing that can make you regret the most delicious dinner. If you're sitting there nodding your head right now, you are in exactly the right place.
And listen, if this is you, you are so not alone. This condition, which is officially called GERD, affects about 20% of adults. That's 1 out of every 5 of us dealing with this stuff on the regular. So let's actually figure out what's going on and what we can do about it.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to quickly break down what GERD actually is. Then we'll get into the basic rules for managing it. After that, we'll literally build a GERD-friendly plate from the ground up, learn how to be a detective for your own personal food triggers, and finally, we'll cover some super simple habits that make a massive difference.
Okay, first things first, we have to understand what's actually causing that burning feeling. We need to get right to the root of your discomfort, which means getting to know GERD.
Okay, think of it this way. At the bottom of your esophagus, you've got this little muscle that's supposed to act like a one-way gate. It lets food go down into your stomach, but it's not supposed to let anything come back up. With GERD, that little gate gets kind of weak, or it relaxes when it shouldn't, and that lets stomach acid splash back up where it doesn't belong, and that acid irritates the lining of your esophagus. That irritation, that's the burn you feel.
Now for the good news. You can absolutely take back control. And it all starts with realizing that managing reflux isn't just about what you don't eat. It's just as much about how you eat. So let's lay down the foundational rules of the game. Think of these 4 principles as your new playbook. First, smaller meals. Instead of 3 giant meals, try for smaller, more frequent ones. This just stops your stomach from getting overstuffed and putting pressure on that little gate. Second, stay upright. Gravity is your best friend here. Give yourself about 3 hours after eating before you lie down. Third, watch the fat. High-fat meals can make that valve relax and slow down digestion. And finally, number 4, you've got to identify your personal triggers. This one is so crucial, as we're about to see. All right, enough about what to avoid. Let's get positive and talk about all the delicious things you can eat. This is all about building a plate full of foods that actually soothe and support your system, not provoke it. First up, let's talk about fiber. High-fiber foods are your heroes. Why? Well, they make you feel full, which helps you avoid overeating, a huge reflux trigger. Plus, fiber just helps keep everything moving through your system in the right direction. We're talking about things like oatmeal, brown rice, sweet potatoes, and all those awesome green veggies. Next up, protein. The key words here are lean and clean. Fatty meats can be a major problem. So you want to opt for things like baked or grilled chicken without the skin, fish, tofu, or even just egg whites. You get all the protein you need without that reflux-causing fat. And finally, let's talk about pH, or acidity. Some foods are what we call alkaline, which is basically the opposite of acidic. Eating more of these can actually help balance out and neutralize that harsh stomach acid. And the best part is how simple these foods are. We're talking bananas, melons, cauliflower, nuts. All of them can help create a calmer, more soothing environment down there. Okay, so we've built a friendly plate. But this is where things get really personal. See, while there are common culprits, what sets off reflux in me might be totally fine for you. So it's time to put on your detective hat. Honestly, the single most powerful tool you have is a food diary. I know, it sounds like homework, but it's so simple. For a week or 2, just jot down what you eat, when you eat it, and any symptoms you feel. You will start to see the patterns pop out, connecting the dots between certain foods and that fiery feeling. Now, even though your triggers are personal, there is a usual lineup of suspects. High-fat and fried foods slow everything down. Spicy foods, citrus, and tomatoes can literally just irritate your esophagus on contact. And then you've got things like coffee, chocolate, and alcohol, which can actually cause that all-important valve to relax. But here's the key. This isn't about deprivation. It's about smart swaps. It's a total reframe. So if you love chicken, just bake it instead of frying it. If you crave that morning cup, try switching your coffee for a soothing ginger or chamomile tea. It's these small trades, these little exchanges that make all the difference in the world. Okay, let's zoom out for a second and tie this all together. Because taming the flame isn't just about the food on your plate.
A few small tweaks to your daily routine can have a seriously huge impact on your symptoms. These 4 habits right here, they're pretty much non-negotiable for real relief. Maintaining a healthy weight takes physical pressure off your stomach. Same goes for avoiding really tight clothing around your waist. It just makes sense. Smoking is known to weaken that esophageal muscle. And we've said it before, but it's worth saying again. Finish eating well before you go to bed. Since reflux lives to crash the party at night, let's talk about sleeping. Just piling up pillows doesn't really work. It just kinks your neck. What you want to do is use blocks or risers to lift the entire head of your bed up by about 6 to 8 inches. That way, gravity works for you all night long. And here's a little pro tip. Try sleeping on your left side. It's anatomically positioned to help reduce acid exposure.
And please, don't underestimate how powerful these changes can be. As Dr. Lawrence Friedman from Harvard Medical School says, for a lot of people with mild symptoms, simply changing your diet might be all the treatment you need. I mean, how empowering is that?
So as we wrap this up, it really all comes down to this. You don't have to overhaul your entire life by tomorrow. Just ask yourself, what's one small, totally manageable change you can make today? Maybe it's swapping that afternoon soda for water. Maybe it's taking a walk after dinner instead of heading for the couch. Whatever it is, that one little step, that's the beginning. That's how you start taking back control and taming the flame for good.